welcome back to another video. And today, as y'all can tell by the title, we got a very interesting story time. Alright, y'all. So today we finna bring it back to when I used to work at the hospital as a housekeeper, yes. And it was just so crazy. Y'all know people really hated me at that job, but we ain't talking about them today. But this one of the people who freaking hated me at that job. Okay, so basically, little background. I worked at a hospital. I was a house cleaner. A housekeeper. We go around and we just clean the patients when we clean the patient's room. I run into all different type of patients, old people that talk your head off, people that don't want to talk, people that don't want their room clean. Like it just be a lot going on. So around this time you working at the hospital, I had a boyfriend at the time. We was going through it. Like me and him, we were just not good. This was around like the end of the year, yeah. We was not doing good. I was flirting with anything that had legs. Because I feel like he was cheating on me, which he was cheating on me, but at this time I just didn't know, and I just wasn't sure. So I was definitely doing my own little shit, and if I wanted something, I was gonna get it. So one day I'm in the hospital on my second floor, looking cute, hair done, like all of that. So what happened? I had a homegirl too. I don't know if she was on my floor at the time, but she ended up coming after. She ended up coming after. Yeah, she ended up coming to the floor after. So I'm making my rounds. That day started off pretty good. I'm just working. You knock on the door. Hey, how you doing? I'm just coming to take your trash and mop real quick. So I do my little shit. So I knock on this one in particular door. Mind you, before I even got to the door, it was a lady that worked with me leave out of a room. But I could tell she wasn't cleaning because, like, she just looked like she had on her outfit for work and stuff, but she didn't have no cleaning stuff. She was just in there. So I'm like, oh, she must know who in that room. Like, I ain't really think nothing of it. Like, I know she worked with me, but I ain't never talked to the lady before. Like, I don't know that lady like that. Like, I just be seeing her around. So it's my turn to go to the room. I knock on the door. I don't know if Lil Bro was up or asleep. I think Lil Bro was up at this time. Should we give him a name? I should give him a name. Like, I should name him what his Instagram is. I'm gonna say Cartier. Yeah, we're gonna say Cartier. Fuck it, that's his name. Fuck it, Cartier. That's his like Instagram name or whatever. All right, so we're gonna call him Cartier. He was in the hospital bed. He was up. I ain't gonna lie. He was looking fine. He was looking good. I'm like, oh shit, who that is? So I just opened the door. And I was like, oh hey, how you doing? But I think it was a girl in the room. Oh no, I wasn't a girl in the room at this time. I wasn't no girl in the room. No, y'all, I freaking lied. The mama, she did leave the room, but she came back. So when it was my turn to go in the room, I knocked on the door and she was sitting in the room and he wasn't laying in the bed. So I'm already in my head like, damn, like he look good. What the fuck? Like he is cute. Mind you, he's in the whole hospital bed. I'm always talking about this boy cute, but he looked around my age, so I'm like, yeah, he cute. So I knock on the door. Oh, hey, how you doing? And then she was like, oh, it's okay. You can just take the trash. Mind you, she clean rooms too, like me at the hospital. So I'm just like, oh, okay. Like she didn't want me to clean it. Cool. Took the trash, changed the trash. Cool. I'm like, that nigga he's fine. So I think my homegirl ended up coming to that floor. We had worked together, whatever. She ended up coming to the floor, and I'm telling her like, girl, it's a boy in room. We just gonna say room 215. He is fine. He fine. She like, oh my god, for real. Like, I wish I could show you him. Like, I think I had tried to get her to go in there, but couldn't. So the mama ended up leaving out the room and going somewhere. I think they was literally at work, but she wasn't working. She was visiting her son. So another boy, which I didn't even know till this day, another boy that I worked with, we was cool. Like, I speak to him, but I ain't never really talked to him for real. That was his mama and his brother. So the boy that was in the bed that I was thinking was cute is like the older brother, I guess. And then the boy I worked with and his mama, does that make sense? Like the mama and the brother worked together and the other brother was in the hospital. Cool. So I didn't even know like that was his mama and I didn't know that this was his brother till I seen him like come to the floor and go in the room. And then he came out. I don't know, but I ended up seeing him. I'm like, oh, like that's like how you know him? He was like, oh yeah, that's my brother. Whatever. He got shot. I was like, oh, okay. I said, oh, he cute. Like he cute. Like ask him for his Instagram or something. Like he cute. So he go in the room. He smiling like he was like, oh shit, okay. So he around our age too. Like I don't even know how far apart he was. Close. He was more close. The one I worked with was more close to my age than the other one. Now the one I worked with, he wasn't ugly, but he was just a little bit more chubbier. The other one, y'all, he had dreads. He was tall. He was skinny. Mind you, I didn't even know he was like tall and shit because he laying in the damn hospital bed. I just knew he had nice dreads and he was dark skinned. He had look good. He had some big old lips. Like y'all, when I tell you his lips was big as a freak, them lips was big. So what happened? He ended up coming out the room. Mind you, me and my homegirl right now, I'm like so excited. I'm just standing there like, ooh. Mind you, I got a whole boyfriend. I'm doing all this shit. So he ended up coming out the room and he was like, hey, write down your Instagram and your number or whatever. Like, write down your Instagram. He was like, yeah, he wanted to talk to you right down your Instagram. So I wrote down my Instagram like on a piece of paper, wrote it all, gave it to him. Then, mind you, in the middle of him going, no, he grabbed my Instagram, and then I start working again. I see the mama go back in the room. This when shit got crazy. This when shit went left. Why the freak I hear in the room? Oh fuck no! She ain't finna be doing that. What the fuck? The mama in the room yelling. Then she comes and opened the hospital room door. Mind you, he's in the hospital, bro. This shit quiet as fuck. Your room was closed. We hear outside the room. She opens the hospital room door. She comes out like okay, how can I explain this? She was inside the room. She opened the door. She came out and stood outside the door, but was facing the room. Like she came out of the room, turned around, and looked in the door. Why that little bitch did that? You don't need to talk to that little bitch. That little bitch a bum. Da, da, da. I'm looking like, cause I know she talking about me, but I'm like, ain't no way she talking about me. Mind you, you ain't saying this shit to my face, so therefore you're not talking to me. But I do. I'm like, ain't no fucking way she's saying this shit. This bitch don't even know me. So she doing all that. Then she go back in the room and slam the door. So I'm in my head like, bitch, you did all that just so I could hear you. Like, what was the reason of opening the door to look in the room to say it and then go back in the room that you were just standing outside of? That was dumb as a fuck. Like, so I'm just like, oh my god, I'm just laughing to myself like, this girl dumb, this girl stupid. So mind you, now I done switched different hallway. She come out the room, she's still mad, like going off, like she is mad, like she was making a big old scene, she loud. So I'm just trying to do my job. So I'm like, she ain't confronting me, but she's so loud in the room the whole time, just saying, you don't need to fuck with her. That's so unprofessional. That's so weird. She ugly as a mind you, this is a grown ass woman talking about me. And how old I was? I think I was about 19, 20 at the time, probably 19, not even 20. And she was saying all this about me. So I'm just like, oh my god, and I'm just like, why the fuck would he tell his mama? Like, I don't know how she found out. They just like she seen the paper and she probably asked what it was. I don't know, but I don't think they went in the room and was like, oh, the girl want to talk to him, cause like that's weird. They know their mama crazy, cause he ended up telling me like later on, like my mama crazy, bruh. She love us so much she don't want us to get hurt or fuck with bitches. I'm like, it sounds like she wanted to marry y'all, like she want to be with y'all. Do she like her sons? Cause that's weird. Like she don't want them talking to nobody. So my homegirl came to the floor. Why we over here like ain't no way she doing all that extra shit. Like we just laughing and looking at her because y'all she's pacing the hallway yelling. The nurse is like, man, what's going on? Are you okay? So she ended up pulling the nurse to the side and now she want to whisper and shit. But she's staring at me because the nurse back is facing me and she's looking at me while she's talking to the nurse and I'm looking back. Cause like what? Mind you, me and little bro, he already Cartier, we follow each other at this point. He had done looked up my Instagram. So we follow each other. She doing all the most. She's like, yes, it's very unprofessional. That young lady over there, got my son's Instagram. Like she was just telling her what the fuck happened, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is so weird. Like I ain't gonna lie, that is kind of unprofessional because like I'm at work and I'm trying to talk to somebody in the hospital bed, but at the same time, you're doing too much. Like just put me to the side, like, hey, I don't appreciate you. You feel me? Work together, talk to me. Why you gotta tell everybody? So that happened. Security came to the floor because like I'm telling y'all, she was doing the most. I can't even explain it. Like she was just yelling and cursing that bum ass bitch, and then she started going more crazy. Like you want a bitch that work in a hospital? That's bum shit. You don't need no bum ass bitch that work in a hospital. Mind you, you a grown ass lady working in the hospital, and I'm 19 years old cleaning rooms, and you still here damn near 30, 40 years old cleaning rooms. But he shouldn't date a bitch that work in a hospital and clean rooms. So you must not got a man because he shouldn't want to date a bitch who work in hospital and clean rooms, right? Like that was the most dumbest shit that came out of her mouth. Yeah, so at this point, she just all in the hallway calling me all the names under the sun, all the bitches, all the hoes, the bums. She ugly, she broke, she clean the hospital. You don't need no bitch who clean the hospital room. All of that. So was it the same day or the next day? It was the same day, but it's weird because I ended up going back up there. I think maybe later on that day, I went in this man room 3 times because one time he was with a light skinned girl holding hands and stuff. The second time his mom was like, I ain't had to clean the room, and then the third time he was in the bed sleep. So I'm really trying to figure out because they had kicked me off of that floor. But anyways, let's get back to the story. So what happened? She calling me all the names on the sun in the hallway being loud. Security had to come up and they kicked her off the thing. Mind you, she's not even supposed to be up here in the room. She's supposed to be cleaning her own floor or whatever. So she really put herself in trouble. Like, but you could have been quiet. And like I said, came to me woman to woman and talked to me like, what are you doing the most for right now? So that happened, and I just ended up doing my work or whatever. finishing the floor. She was mad as a fuck, like she was real big mad. Go to lunch. For some reason, she on lunch too, mind you. After this situation happened, I seen the lady like in the morning when we all clock in, and at the afternoon when we all leave. But after this situation, when I tell you I seen this lady every corner I turn, every hallway, every floor, like, why? How to come she just pop up out of nowhere? I never knew. Like I knew she worked there, but I'm like, damn, like why she keep popping up after that situation happened? And it always happens like something you see somebody one time, and all of a sudden they keep popping up, popping up, popping up. So, anyways, that day goes on. I go to lunch. She's there, rolling her eyes at me, and then the next day comes in the morning. So I seen the other son that we work with, and I'm like, bro, why your mama went off like that? He was like, man, I'm sorry, bro. She just love her son. She don't want nobody to like take them or mess with them for real. I'm like, that's weird. He was like, yeah, man, she be doing too much for real. She really do be doing too much. But y'all texting. I'm like, no, we ain't text, but we follow each other. He was like, oh, okay, okay. And he was like, yeah, man, she be doing too much. But he said you was cute, da da da. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's good. It's like, fuck what the mama say. Fuck what the mama say. I got him. He want me. Fuck you. I don't want you. Like, I'm here for your son, not you, baby. So, the day goes on. I go in his room this time, and it's some light skinned bitch, and they holding his hand, and they watching TV. And I just do my little thing. Hey, how y'all doing? She spoke. He spoke. Doing my thing. I'm in my head like, mm-hmm. And I leave his room. It was like just a little awkward to me, but I'm like, I ain't gonna make a big deal of it. Like, ain't like we texting. He just know I thought he was cute, and he followed my Instagram. So I'm cleaning, 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 and the nurse come up to me, ask me, well, like, was I okay or whatever, because of what happened, yesterday with the lady. I was like, oh yeah, I'm good, da da da, that happened. So then later on, before we got off, I ended up getting a message from the manager saying like, hey, like, come to the office before you leave. And I'm already in my head, like my job, at the job, I always got called in the office. When I tell you these people hated me, they disliked me so, so, so bad, y'all. They hated me for real. Like, I had beef with damn near everybody and their mama. Like, it was crazy because it was like a lot of families work there. I go to the office or whatever. I'm not even really thinking about the situation that happened today because I'm like, this could be anything. I'm always getting in trouble. So I go to the office. They always so busy. So I'm sitting there for about 30 minutes. Mind you, I'm on the clock, baby. I'm getting paid for this. So I'm just sitting there waiting, and I end up, eventually getting called to the office. And she's like, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" At this point, I think this one that new lady had ended up coming in. Yeah, ain't nobody had liked her, but I ain't had a problem with her till now. But so cool. I go to the office or whatever, and she just like, "Okay, so about yesterday, what happened? We heard there was a lot of commotion. Like what happened?" So I ended up telling her. I was like, "Yeah, I went to go clean up, room 315." And I ain't gonna lie, like y'all, I was being straightforward, and then I ain't really like my job in the first place, so I ain't care what I say. I was like, and I ain't gonna lie, it was a boy there, and he was cute, and I had got such and such, which is his brother. I forgot his name, but I said his name. I was like, gave his brother my Instagram, and his mama got mad that he had liked me, and he thought I was cute and stuff, and da da da. And then she was like, she just laughed, and she was like, Shanika, I understand. The lady said, Shanika, I understand that there's going to be, handsome guys and your future husband is somewhere, da da da. But she was just like, when you're at work, you have to keep it, work, keep it professional. You can't do that at work. You can't, like, he's in the hospital bed. That's very unprofessional. That's sexual harassment. All right, but you taking this well, sexual harassment. He asked me for my Instagram. All I said was he was cute. He obviously was sexually harassing me too. Shit. So she was just saying a lot, but she was laughing at shit all because just the way that I explained it. I was like, yeah, he was cute, and I literally said this. I was like, yeah, he was cute, and I don't. She was like, and I really wanted to talk. I said, what I said? I said something about he could be my future husband, so I ain't want to let it pass up. And then she was just like, what the fuck? Like she just started laughing because that's true. He could be my future husband. I'm not finna just let him lay right there in that bed, all shut up. Hey, how you doing? Hey, babe. But we ain't never went nowhere. So that happened. Mind you, I told you I had a boyfriend. So I'm the type to, try to talk to a nigga, but not really go with it. So we was following each other for about a week so far. Oh yeah, let me go back. When after that conversation, I couldn't be on the second floor no more. And that's when I went to all these other floors. I hated them so bad. That's when I really stopped liking my job. They put me on the fourth floor, the third floor. But when they put me in the 2000s, that wasn't bad. 2000 floor wasn't bad, but it was just a lot for that floor because it was a new floor. So like you had to make sure that shit was really really clean. But yeah, um, but yeah, I had a boyfriend. So like if I would talk to a nigga or like a nigga, I would do it for like that period of time. But I was just, I ain't really go through with it. Like, I wouldn't physically cheat on my boyfriend. That's what he was doing. But I wouldn't physically cheat on him. I would like text niggas and then like not follow through with it. So with him, we was following each other for about a week, and I'm like, he ain't gonna reach out to me, and I'm definitely not reaching out to him. And obviously he got a girlfriend because it was a girl that on his hand. So I end up telling my cousin. I ended up giving him to my cousin basically. I sent her his Instagram. I said, "Girl, follow him. He is so cute. Like somebody need to fuck with him. Like see what that shit's talking about. Like let me know what that shit's talking about. You know, let me know what it's talking about." But I ain't want it. I just wanted her to tell me because I really wanted to find out myself. But fuck it. They end up turning out great. They weren't together, but they was like the best of fuck buddies, I guess. And yeah, she was like that shit was hitting. It was cool. And I was like, damn, I should have kept them for myself whenever I got single. But I just ended up giving them to my cousin because it's just too much. And then I remember he was seeking her in the house and shit. And you know, he was just like, yeah, my mama crazy. I don't want her to see you. But I'm like, yes, girl, don't be by the mama. The mama is crazy. The mama is fucking crazy. And she was like, she ain't never seen his mama, but she always be sneaking in that motherfucking house. So that shit was crazy. But yeah, y'all, that was a story time where I tried to fuck with a nigga that was in a hospital bed. Shut up. And I thought he would find someone to talk to him. But yeah. I don't know what y'all been told. Bitch, I'm mad, so if you don't, what's happening?